So, mothers and others, our last candidate this evening that I'm so excited to introduce you to is Marisela Jimenez. Marisela Jimenez is a candidate for Texas House 150. This district is in North Harris County and it includes Spring, Texas. Marisela is running against Republican incumbent Valerie Swanson. Welcome, Marisela. I'm so glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're running for office.
Hi, Nancy, and thank you, mothers and others. It's a privilege to be here. I want to start just with my name. My name is Marisela Jimenez. I go by MJ, and I am representing District 150 for one reason. For 41 years, there has been no representation for all people who need to be represented. And it's not just for the communities such as Hispanics, Blacks, and Asians and East Asians. It's so diverse. I'm talking about a lot of people who just don't have access to resources. District 150 is gerrymandering, okay, for a purpose, and that is to keep so many people who are eligible to vote, to discourage them because of the barriers that exist. And 4 years ago, I relocated to this area with my husband. I've lived in Texas for more than 10 years, but I relocated to the Spring area, Klein, because of relocation for work with my husband. And that happened to be during COVID. Because of that, I immediately noticed quite a lot of changes. Initially, I thought, well, it's COVID. But after COVID passed, I noticed a few things. Number one, the schools. I kept reading on the newspaper, our local community newspaper, that many students were missing. They were not returning back to school. And as an educator, I do understand that sometimes things happen, but the issue was that these students were not even registered anywhere, right? So I contacted the school districts and made contact, established relationships, provided some solutions, but I also went to the local grocery stores and started connecting with parents, the parents who were not sending their kids back to school. And I asked the question, why are you not sending your child to school? It's so important that these children don't miss school, especially after they have been out of school for so long and they're already going to be behind. And Nancy, I was told it's because I don't have a computer. I don't read English, and that thing soon, I don't know what it is. It was very, very desperate for these parents. And what happened to these children, we don't know. But I know that thousands of them did not go back to school. Now, I just would like to rewind a little bit. I do have a background in academia. I have a PhD. In my PhD has allowed me to teach university level PhD classes, master levels, but I also taught at community level. And previous to that, I worked for government, Department of Defense in Honolulu, Hawaii, as well as I earned my bachelor's degree in Massachusetts, a public university. So in addition with my higher education, and of course my government experience in nonprofit and corporate, working for corporate America, and in bringing those skills, even just most recently, I decided that no one is running for this position. For 41 years, no one has challenged the establishment. And I am an activist. I am not a politician. I am an activist. And when I see that something is not being done and someone is now doing it, it's not because people lack the courage to do it. It's because they may feel that what's the point of confronting the establishment? So, Nancy, I decided that I will do it. I will take on this challenge. It's not easy, but I am believing that every single eligible voter here in my community, from all the supporters who are supporting me, including all these newcomers like myself to the Spring area, to the Klein and Tomball area, I'm asking you, it's time. It's time that you believe that things can change. And so remember that unless we come together and we challenge what has yet to be challenged, and if you do not show up, then we are basically bowing to the people who want to stay in power, who do not want to represent you. I am running for State Representative District 150. My name is Marisela Jimenez, and I am asking for your support. You can follow me on any social media, including LinkedIn, but I want you to read my Ballotpedia. My Ballotpedia says quite a lot more things about myself. My phone number is public, my email, and my website is available for additional information. I encourage you to recruit as many people as possible. We are running out of time and we cannot waste one day. So thank you for your support, and thank you, mothers and others, for this opportunity. And I encourage you to continue the fight because you are not alone. Thank you very much.
Yes. So, Marisela, can you tell us what are the top three most important issues for your district? I know you mentioned education, but do you have more? Do you want to run through the top three?
Absolutely. So not only public education, which I mentioned, but I also am representing reproductive, women's reproduction rights. It's so important, not only because I'm a woman, but that is definitely it's a human right. I am raised and born in Mexico. In 1992, I came to this country. So of course, I support fair immigration policies. I have a master's degree in public administration, and as legislators, let us legislate what is fair. Let's follow the Constitution. Let's study the Constitution. Let's not manipulate the Constitution. The policies are there, right? If we rewind the pages in history, all of us are immigrants from somewhere. But let's just go back to the bread and butter issues of the community. Spring Texas Klein and ISD, the school ISD, they are not where they should be. And that's again because of lack of funding. But at the same time, if I didn't say this, I'll repeat this. District 150 is unincorporated. And what that means is that all of us who live in this area, which is exactly what caught my attention, we pay taxes. We paid a lot of money in taxes. The taxes go to the state of Texas, which Greg Abbott is happy to collect, including from all the small businesses and corporations in District 150. And that money goes back to Harris County. Harris County distributes the funds, but then we receive hardly anything back to our district because we are underrepresented. We don't have the state representative representing. So issues such as infrastructure is horrible. Housing, crime, and economic development, those are horrible issues. And it's time that our community rises up and realizes that all these issues that we have in our communities is not a coincidence. It's a lack of representation, and it's time. And I will represent you, each one of you, as your state representative. I will make sure that you have access to me, to ask me questions, to meet with me, and I will stand for what I'm saying right now with integrity, and not to represent the establishment, but to represent you in District 150.
Tell us where we can find you and how best we can support you right now.
My Balopedia, Marisela Jimenez, also my website, mariselajimenez.com, and all my social media. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm not sure who else is on LinkedIn, but I do have quite a lot of followers on my LinkedIn page. And I ask you to join me in that space as well.
Okay, well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you. I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail. So mothers and others, you got a really amazing assortment of candidates that came on here tonight for our last webinar of the season. I mean, we have great people that are running for Texas House, especially, let me tell you about Valerie Swanson. She is the most extreme person in the Texas House for women. She's the most extreme. She's sort of like the leader of the of the wives club, as we call it. I can't remember what the first word of that is, but anyway, so she's that little ringleader, and she's not very nice. She's just not very nice. So we deserve really good representation for all of the people in Texas, not just the white rich Republicans, which is currently who Valerie, and the extremists, which is currently who Valerie represents. She represents the extreme in all of our candidates. So I just want to say thank you so very much to all of our candidates who met with us tonight. Mihaela, Christine, Holly, Marisela, and Jay. Thank you so much for taking your time to meet with us tonight. I look forward to seeing every single one of you on the campaign trail. And let me tell you, mothers and others, we're giving you reasons tonight to vote for the Texas House seats, to vote for the Criminal Court of Appeals, to vote for the Supreme Court. We need to get out there and get out the vote. We need to bring this home for Kamala. We need to bring this home for Mihaela and Christine and Holly and Marisela and Jay. We have work to do, and the time to do it is now. So thank you for a wonderful evening. I look forward to seeing every single one of you on the campaign trail. Good night.